Hello, all you awesome people. Welcome or welcome back to Geek Visions Entertainment, the one place that is dedicated to the big three of visual media, that of course being film, video games, and television. I'm your host, as always, Hoover, and on this very chilly, snowy November 21st night, I'm here to bring you yet a brand new episode of News Drop, giving you some of the news stories from the world of our big three, of course, with a little bit more focus on the geeky side of all three. Um, Hopefully I fixed the the issues with my audio as it compared to the last episode that was complete dog water. But I think we're good here. I test run it, it sounds pretty good. So hopefully we'll be all be good here today. Of course, before I start, I would like to please go check out the podcast where you can check out all of the previous episodes of News Drop before we made the transition over here to YouTube. It's like a good 4 years worth of stuff. So you can go and check that out. Spotify, um, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, it's on there as well. So you can feel free to go check out the podcast in audio form. But of course, we also have the podcast feed here on YouTube as well. So you can check it out there as well. So how's everybody doing? Hope you all having a fantastic day. We got our here over in Milwaukee, we just had our first snowfall of the winter. It didn't last too long, it's a couple hours, but now everything's pretty cool. But winter is here. And what the winter, kind of means a little bit more chilling up and things of that nature. But also, most importantly, it also means in a few months, we are going to be in full swing of award season here on Geek Vision. I think some stuff has already started, but we cover the biggest ones over here on Geek Visions. So, with that said, what are we talking about here today for this news drop? Well, let me go over it a little bit right here. So, on the film side, we're going to be talking about Christopher Nolan continuing to add to the cast for his newest project. We got the returns for Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans' Red One, which finished up its opening weekend last weekend, I want to say. We got some big updates on Denzel. I was going to say Denzel Curry, Denzel Washington, and his seemingly retirement plans. We got a Fantastic Four First Steps official synopsis, and we got movie adaptation news from coming from the book Verity. I think that's what it's called. And then on the video game side, we're going to be talking about Fortnite having a price increase. Big updates coming to Star Wars Outlaws. Big news coming from Sony possibly purchasing another studio. And then of course, we've got the Game Award nominees that just went up, and we're going to take a look at those. And then for TV, we've got some news on the live action casting, another new live action casting of Lara Croft. We got a big update on Simpsons, one of the Simpsons voice actors. We got ourselves updates on a Cape Fear TV series. And a cast member is not going to be returning for season 3 of Euphoria. And then, of course, we got a lot of trailers to go through. So I kind of want to get through these a little quick because at the very end, there's something special I want to do. And like I mentioned, we got a lot of trailers to go over. So I kind of want to breeze through this a little bit. Like I said, it's kind of the end of the year, so news is kind of not gonna be coming in too much, especially as like I said, once you get to the end of the year, award season starts coming around majorly for the big three. TV and movies isn't really gonna come in until like the beginning of next year, but video games though, award season is about to get in full swing, so we'll check that out. All right. But enough talking, let us drop straight into the news, shall we? All right, so first up, as I mentioned before, we got some new casting updates on Christopher Nolan's newest movie. Lupita Nyong'o has joined Chris Nolan's next movie. Let's see. A-list, he can get pretty much any A-list he wants in the movie. And to join his newest film is another megastar, Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o. She's just coming off A Quiet Place Day One, which was a pretty good success. And she is joining a pretty stacked cast at the moment. Already confirmed to be appearing in the movie. We got Tom Holland, Matt Damon, and Hathaway and Zendaya. Of course, no word on who she's going to be playing or anything about what the film is supposed to be, though. Um, some news: we got vampire thriller, father-son drama, action movie, but of course, we don't exactly know. Universal is distributing the movie, but of course, we kind of don't know. This is going to be Nolan's follow-up, of course, from Oppenheimer, which was which came out last year. I want to say, yeah, that sounds about right. So, yeah, pretty big follow up. Of course, Oppenheimer ended up winning Best Picture at the Oscars last year. So a lot of heat going into this next movie for him. I believe Robert Pattinson also just got cast in that movie as well. There you go. I think he just got cast in there as well. Yeah, Hollywood Reporter a day ago. This is why I didn't have it on here. But yeah, Christopher Nolan also is bringing in Robert Pattinson for this next movie as well. So pretty damn stacked cast here for this unknown movie that we're having right now. Robert Pattinson last worked on Christopher Nolan with Tenet that dropped in 2020. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty stacked movie. It seems like he's going for the ensemble thing again. It's kind of something he's been leaning more into recently. Of course, Oppenheimer had a stat cast to it. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Uh, I literally cannot think of the man's name right now. You know who he is. He was the lead on there. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name so hard right now. It's got Cillian Murphy. There we go. Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr. was in there, Florence Pugh, freaking Gary Oldman was in there. Matt Damon worked on him. Was he in there? I don't remember that. But yeah, man, it seems like he's really leaning more into ensemble casts as of late. I think whatchamacallit was like that as well. What's the movie I'm thinking of? Dunkirk? That was him, right? Had a pretty deep cast in there too. Yeah, yeah. Tom Hardy, Kenneth Branagh, Cillian Murphy. So that was a pretty deep cast for that too as well. Tenet, I think, was a little bit more of a focus. It was definitely driven by John David Washington in that way, but it had a really good supporting cast in there as well. But judging from how Oppenheimer was and the stat cast he's getting in this one, it seems like um, really ensemble casting is kind of what he's going for there. So I'm excited. I always like Christopher Nolan's movies. Oppenheimer was like one of the rare movies I actually went to the theater to go see when it came out. Which is honestly a thing I want to I want to fix for 2025. I didn't want to go out and actually watch movies in the theaters, especially considering that theaters are kind of struggling right now. But yeah, look, Peter Nyong'o in Christopher Nolan's next film. All right, next up we have a brand new. Oh, that ain't what I wanted. Up next, big news on Dwayne Johnson's recent movie Red One, which underperformed on its opening weekend. Of course, Red One opened up over the weekend. Of course, it's a movie about Santa Claus going missing and having a elite task force go out and find him, and that force is led by The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, as they recruit Chris Evans's character to try and search for Santa Claus. How could that not make money? So yeah, Dwayne Johnson's Christmas action comedy Red One opened to a subpar performance in the box office with a $250 million budget. The movie grossed 32.1 million in its opening weekend. It was projected to make 34 million, but it still took number one, beating out Venom: The Last Dance and best Christmas pageant ever, which I'm gonna be honest, I think that makes it worse. It did not have very strong competition. So yeah, that's a weird one. Let's see. Johnson, Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu all starring in there. Met with controversy earlier this year after Johnson's alleged lack of professionalism resulted in losses amounting to 50 million. Is that the whole crap where it's like he's always late to set and he's like peeing in bottles and shit? Is that what is that what that's all about? Um Let's see. Despite the film's box office underperformance, Amazon MGM's head, Kevin Wilson remains optimistic about his competition, which will include Wicked this week and Moana 2 in the next. I'm not gonna lie. He says he's not worried about it. I would be. Animation has been massive these last couple years, especially Disney's animated movies. They have been doing really well for a while, and especially in theaters. Honestly, it's one of the lone bright spots for theaters coming back. Animation has been doing really well. And Wicked, I have seen some of the early talks about it, and this thing has a lot of good news rolling into it. So I would actually be worried, especially if it could barely, if it didn't make its projections going up against Venom 3 and best, I don't even know what this is. Best Christmas pageant ever. Now you got Wicked and you got Moana 2. Moana 2 is going to eat um into its family target demographic a lot. Um and Wicked is going to just bring in a whole other demographic that's not even probably interested in this movie. Which, by the way, making a Christmas action comedy movie and putting The Rock and Chris Evans in it is kind of a weird move. I'm not gonna lie. Also has also there was this. Let me see this Dwayne Johnson stuff. Yeah, that's what it was. It's just been him about being late and him pissing in bottles on set because he's always late. That's hilarious. Also, has anybody seen his actually, let me go. Don't I still haven't set Google as my I don't know why it's not automatic. I don't know why Google Chrome has Yahoo defaulted as my search engine. But let me see. I guess spelling the name. Dwayne Johnson, uh Red Red One IMAX. He's talked about how he went to see um yeah, here we go. He talked about how he went to see Oppenheimer in IMAX, and went to the same theater Chris Nolan debuts his movies, sat in the same seat as Christopher Nolan sits when he watches his movies. Yeah, and he was like, "Oh man, the technology they use for that. If I get this for Red One, it's game over, baby. Red One is going to be the goat." Uh, they don't have the video. I hate that shit. But yeah, it's hilarious. It is honestly hilarious. Let's see. I don't know why I struggle so much to spell Dwayne Johnson, Red One IMAX. It's honestly hilarious. It's like, bro, really? That's what you thought? Here we go. Hold on. I also just realized that I don't have my damn. I don't have the audio on, as that was the problem. But that's the good thing is
Christopher Nolan watches and screens his movies, him and Emma, his wife, and I even asked, let me sit where Chris is sitting. So they said, Chris sits here to enjoy the movie. So I sat where Chris sat. I watched Oppenheimer, it was amazing. But I was thinking, holy shit, this thing, Red One on this screen, with this technology, it's gonna be game over. So I remember texting Jake and I sent him a picture.
like what? Like really for a action comedy Christmas movie? That's what you thought. That was your first thoughts. Okay. So yeah, Red One not doing well in theaters. All right, next up we got Denzel Washington clears up what he meant after saying, "I'm going to retire." If you don't know, a while ago a news report came out that Denzel Washington is going to retire from acting, but he's going to do his last 5 movies, and then he is going to wrap up the his acting career. I think it came out around the same time it was announced that he was having a part written for him in Black Panther. So that's what that was. But he's looking to clear things up. He's going to set the record straight. Declares that he's retired after making his next 5 films. Uh, So the actor recently told Australia's Today program that there are now only a handful of filmmakers that he wishes to work with. He's playing Hannibal. After that, he's talking to Steve McQueen about a film. Ryan Coogler about the next Black Panther. He's going to do the film Othello, and after that, he's going to do King Lear. And after that, I'm going to retire. That was the original statement that came out that had everybody going like, "Oh, he's about to retire." But the star recently clarified what he meant, speaking to BuzzFeed Washington. "I didn't say I was going into retirement. I said that it has to be a level of interest for me. I'm more interested in getting behind the camera, so that's about 5 years out. It's very difficult. I may have used the word retire, but I look at life in 3 sections. You learn, you earn, and you return. I'm in the return part of life." So that is what he is. Hold on, let me I had to bring that audio back, make it pretty low so we don't overwork one another. All right.
That it has to be a level of interest to me. I'm more interested in getting behind the camera.
Okay.
So that's about 5 years out.
Okay.
You know, it's very difficult. Uh, and I may have used the word retire, but I look at life in 3 sections.
Okay.
You learn, you earn, and you return. I'm in the return part of life.
Right.
And it's also informed by, and even the interview that I did has been informed since by me going on tour for 3 weeks with my sons and my daughters. And I really see, and now going on tour with Paul and Fred, they're taking over.
Okay.
You know, that I'm not retiring. It's not like, okay, on June 5th, that's it.
Yeah.
But to think I'm going to run as far as they are or as you are, I'd be a fool. And I think that's the ego that thinks that, oh, yeah, I can do it. No, you can't. No, you can't. Your stunt man is doing it now, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm less interested in running and jumping.
Yeah.
You let Paul and John David run and jump, you know, and to think, oh, I can still do it. That you're a fool. And I don't want to be foolish.
So yeah, so he's not gonna retire. He's just focused on transitioning to more behind the camera stuff, probably directing. I wouldn't be surprised. But he's also very aware of the limitations he now has with his age and how long he's been doing this. He's like, I'm not too interested in keep doing stuff in front of the camera, doing a bunch of action stuff. He's already realized that I'm slowing down a lot, so my days of doing all the stuff in front of the camera are going to be limited. So it seems like we're at least going to get another 5 years of Mr. Washington in front of the camera, and probably after that, once he gathers his skills up, he seems like he's going to transition to more behind the camera stuff. But also think within this, it was also announced that there are plans for a Equalizer 4 and 5, because I think 3 came out about 2 3 years ago or something. So don't be worried, everybody. Denzel is still going to be here. All right, moving on. Next up, we have the official synopsis for Fantastic Four First Steps. This was revealed not too long ago. An official synopsis of Marvel's upcoming Phase 6 movie recently dropped in an official Disney Plus press release. Man, that's hard to say. So the synopsis tells, set against the vibrant backdrop of a 1960s inspired retro futuristic world, Fantastic Four First Steps introduces Marvel's first family: Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, the Thing, as they face the most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their role as heroes with the strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus, played by Ralph Ensign, and his enigmatic herald Silver Surfer, played by Julia Gardner. And if Galactus's plan to devour the entire planet and everyone on it weren't enough, it suddenly gets very personal. So of course, I think one of the biggest things, one of the more surprising things on this for me was the fact that, of course, all of the Go Woke, Go Brokies came out and were shocked and surprised the fact that Silver Surfer is going to be played by a woman. A woman is the Silver Surfer. Not my Silver Surfer, which is hilarious because if these dumbasses knew, we already knew this. This was announced months ago when she got the role. Now, when she officially got the role, I believe they used the character's real name, which was, I don't even remember what it is, Rava something like that or something. Shalabron, something like that. It used that name. And then of course all of the nerdy motherfuckers like me look back and realize that, oh, in some like what if comic or some older comic or something along the lines, that character was the Silver Surfer. She's like Norn Rads, who is the Silver Surfer we mostly know, his spouse. But in the comic, she was the Herald of Galactus and the Silver Surfer. So we kind of put two and two together. It was like, oh, okay, this one being in an alternate reality, a different universe, it probably means that she is this universe's Silver Surfer. So we knew this already. But of course, now that it's been officially confirmed that it's not Shala Brawl, it's the Silver Surfer, and it's a woman, now everybody's getting in their draws the fact that it's played by a woman, which we knew this fucking months ago. So, yeah. But the important thing is, it suddenly gets very personal. What could that mean? I think, one where you go, it's kind of the obvious. We just got it was announced that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Victor Von Doom. It's a probably good chance he debuts in this movie in some way, shape, or form. And that very personal thing could be that. Or it could just be the fact that, they're fighting this base god. Or the personal thing could just be the fact that their home universe, their home alternate reality is going to be destroyed within the movie. So now it's a lot more on the line than what it was. So of course they talk about the retro vibe, which you already knew we were getting. They revealed a lot of concept art, especially back in Comic-Con at D23. So we knew we were getting that. But yeah, so we got our first little synopsis for Fansets. For nothing too much, but always fun to get more updates on this movie that I am super excited for. All right, and then some news that just came out yesterday. That's why I put it on this. Anne Hathaway to start an adaptation of Colleen Hoover's, no relation, I promise, Verity for Amazon MGM, and Michael Showalter. That's a, that's a name meant for Hollywood. All right. I have absolutely no idea about this book or whatever it is, so this is all going to be news to me. Following the success of the Amazon film, The Idea of You, Anne Hathaway and director Michael Showalter have found the next project to team up on. Hathaway is set to star in Amazon's MGM Studios' upcoming feature Verity, which Showalter is helming. It's based on the number one New York Times bestseller by Colleen Hoover, no relation. The current script is written by Nick Antosca. What is this? What is it about? What is the movie about? What's the book about? I'm sorry. The story follows Lowen Ashley, a struggling writer who is on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling thriller author Verity Crawford, who that's going to be Hathaway's character, has hired Ashley to complete the remaining book in a successful series that his wife is unable to finish after a mysterious accident. Upon arrival, Upon arrival at the lavish Crawford estate, Ashley slowly learns that things are not what they seem, with the discovery of a secret, unfinished manuscript that may divulge chilling admissions about the family's past. As Lauren ingrates herself with Jeremy and his young son, Crew, she must discern if Verity's writings are merely lurid works of fiction or an ominous warning by a deranged psychopath. Okay, so uh, a writer gets hired by the husband of a famous writer to finish her book. because she's mysteriously died. And while she does this, she learns that shit's kind of weird, husband kind of weird, and the books may actually tell a bigger story about the original author's life than it said. Basically, it seems like the husband might be a bad guy, and the books were sort of telling the story of this. And she kind of goes that. I'm just gonna say, it gives me Gone Girl vibes. Um, I actually really like that movie. If y'all don't know, Gone Girl was a movie about a woman who stages her murder and disappearance and seems to actually. I, I realize I kind of spoiled the twist in there. First sentence I said, but basically, a woman goes missing, and it is immediately assumed that the husband might be behind it. But he becomes like a neighborhood star as they try to look for his wife. Turns out she staged the whole thing, in some crazy ass attempt to revitalize their relationship. Uh, it was a really good movie though. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, it gives me it. I was about to say it gives me those kind of vibes. So yeah, Idea of You, which is what they recently did, attracted nearly 50 million viewers worldwide in its first 2 weeks on Prime, becoming the number one romantic comedy debut of all time for Amazon MGM. I do believe my TV, my smart TV, had like a best of 2024 thing on it. I literally was looking through it when I first got home from work hours before I started recording this. And I do believe this movie was on there as like one of the top movies of the year. So yeah, so Anne Hathaway, Michael Showalter teaming back up. Colleen Hoover's book, no relation, is getting a movie adaptation. So there you go. All right, that is everything for film. Now we're gonna do things a little differently because I want to end it with something for the video games. So we're actually gonna jump into TV first. All right, and we are going to start with the fact that Sophie Turner is poised to play Lara Croft in Phoebe Waller-Bridge's Amazon series. If y'all don't know, Sophie Turner is in negotiations to star as Lara Croft, Prime's high-profile series adaptation of the video game franchise from Emmy-winning Fleabag creator Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So there is some weight to the person behind the camera. So this was reported before, but of course you'll know Sophie Turner is known for her role as damn, what was her character's name? For Game of Thrones, for her role as Sansa Stark, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on with this revitalized interest in Tomb Raider. I think not too long ago, the Tomb Raiders 4, 5, and I think it's 4, 5, and 6 just got a HD remake. Netflix just released that Tomb Raider anime like last month. And now we got this. So shit, is Tomb Raider back? Is Tomb Raider making a comeback? We'll see. Let's see what else we got here. It was reported last month the Game of Thrones alum was among the actresses who tested for the high profile role, previously played on the big screen by Angelina Jolie and Alicia Vikander. I forgot about that one. I forgot they did redo the movie. They did remake a movie. It's a couple of years ago, based off the Crystal Dynamics' game, which is probably what this one's going to be based off too. Tomb Raider, which Amazon MGM head Jennifer Salk, is that a silent E? Salk? Called Epic and Globetrotting while announcing the series order in May, did a passion project for Waller Bridge, who spoke fondly of the title character at the time of the pickup. It was executive produced by Waller Bridge and Jeannie Robbins, through Wall Street Productions, Demetri Johnson through DJ2 Entertainment, a bunch of other people. Turner is an Emmy nominee for her first major role as Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones. She is currently headlining the British crime drama titled Joan, and next stars in another British show, Haven, for Prime Video, home of Tomb Raider. So she also has connections with Amazon already. So I would say there's probably a really good chance that she actually nails this role. Uh, what is this? Breaking news: Fox Entertainment and Hulu extend major streaming deal with Pat. I didn't see the rest of it. Breaking news. Let's let that low. We'll get to the rest of our stories. Next up, Javier Bardem to lead Cape Fear TV series, which actually comes from Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, and Nick Antosca. Antosca. I don't know. All right. So Javier Bardem, who is a very renowned actor, um, you may know him from. He's really good at playing bad guys. He's kind of typecast in that, in those kind of. I was gonna say eccentric, but it's actually a very internalized eccentric. No, for No Country for Old Men, Skyfall, Pirates of the Caribbean, Fly Loud Crocodile. And according to Deadline, another unhinged Rogan is now in Bardem's sights as he is signed on to play the notorious killer Max. You can't highlight on this? Oh, there it is. Notorious killer Max Caddy in the latest retooling of Camp Fear, which Martin Scorsese. Why is it not working for up here, but it works down here? That's weird. For Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, and Nick and Tosca, currently setting up at Apple TV. Oh, which means like nobody's ever gonna watch it. Does anybody actually faithfully watch like Apple TV shows or movies? Because I almost never hear about Apple TV exclusives. The only thing I ever heard about is what the hell is the soccer show called? Ted Lasso. That's like the only show from Apple TV I ever hear about. Okay, created by the Axe Nick. Is that the No, no, it's not. It's said to be executive produced by Spielberg and Scorsese, as well as Bardem. This latest take on Cape Fear, it's adapted from James D. McDonough's book, and it had the 1960s, which is the I think is the most well known adaptation. The 1991 Robert De Niro one, but it was also a 1962 with Robert Beecham. Too bad his name isn't Robert Bardem, or else it'll be weird that in three adaptions, Caddy was played the Caddy character was played by an actor with a Robert for his first name. It'll take the form of a 10-episode limited series. This version of the classic will be a tense Hitchcockian thriller. Hitchcockian as well as retconning of sorts with America's temporary obsession with true crime, as the plot largely set to follow the established script. Happy married couple Amanda and Steve will be upended in dramatic fashion when killer Max Caddy gets out of jail. The only superficial alteration this time will be that rather than just the husband being an attorney, this version of the story will be both stuff. I love how we're gonna make it modern. It's gonna reflect modern America, and it's gonna do that because the wife is a lawyer too. It's like, okay, it's such a weird thing to put emphasis on, and the fact is, that's the only thing that's gonna be my like. You didn't have to put that much attention on it. Like, what the fuck? And I don't know why, but literally that having such a small, almost no impact on the story whatsoever, it's still gonna piss people off. That you made the woman a lawyer, a women. Women can't be lawyers. Not America. Not, not, not my Amanda Boyd. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Yeah, so I didn't even read the damn book. Oh, all right. We don't know who's going to be playing the couple so far. Um, any kind of framework for when they can expect the series to live at Apple Plus. So still very much in early development. We just got the producers and a star attached right now, and we got somebody who's at least going to pick it up and air it. But still a lot more to be hammed out for this show. So we shall see. All right, next up, sad news coming from the world of The Simpsons as the voice of Milhouse retires from The Simpsons after 35 years. All right, everything's not coming up Milhouse, it seems. Pamela Hayden, who has voiced the iconic Simpsons characters, including Milhouse. Oh, she did Jimbo too. You know what? I never thought of it, but I hear it now. They do have very similar voices. And Jimbo Jones is retiring from the show after 35 years. Hayden will verse her last episode, which is the Treehouse of Horror episode. Treehouse of Horror presents Simpsons Wicked This Way comes on Sunday, November 24th. That is this Sunday. In addition to Bart's best friend Milhouse, Van Houten, and bully Jimbo Jones, over the years, Hayden has voiced secondary characters, including Ned Flanders' son Rod, Chief Wiggum's wife, and Ralph Wiggum's mother, Sarah, and Lisa Simpson's friend, Janie Powell. You gotta think, well, the show as long running as The Simpsons, there has to have. It's honestly surprising how it's only now are we getting so many people from this show uh kind of exit. I remember the woman who voiced Edna, the teacher, she passed away not too long ago. And now we have Hayden who is leaving the show after 35 years. It's kind of insane it's taken so long before like the original actors of the show have like started to exit either voluntarily or not.
Hayden, hi.
Wow, cool!
I do Jimbo Jones, one of the boys.
Don't mess with me.
I'm Rod and sometimes Todd. And my main guy is Milhouse.
This is where I come to cry. Way to drink, Poindexter!
People would come up to me and they quote Milhouse lines.
I've said Jiminy Dilliker so many times the words have lost all meaning. People are always saying what a nerd he is. What's up?
But one thing that I love about Milhouse is he's always getting knocked down, but he keeps getting up.
I'm never giving up.
Here he is.
Not again!
I love the little guy.
It's this wonderful analogy for life. You put your glasses back on and you go on. Oh, Milhouse. Everything's coming up
But not Milhouse.
Who knew that it would ever become this phenomenon? It's the greatest job in the world.
So yeah, retirement. Good for her. I mean, she was ready to give it up. Congratulations for her. 35 years is a very long time. And will now start casting for her characters. Okay, so they're gonna replace him. Milhouse first appeared in a Butterfingers commercial in '89. It was named after the former U.S. President Richard Milhouse Nixon. I never knew that. His middle name was Milhouse. What the hell? Um, so this is just kind of yapping about the history of it. Uh, yeah, so that's cool. So thank you, Pamela, for voicing Milhouse for 35 years. It's kind of crazy. I talk to people and I'll be like, man, I'm one of those people who have Simpsons has been around my entire life. Like Simpsons has been around for 35 years. I'm 31. I'll be turning 32 in like a month. And Simpsons has been around for the entire time. There's never been a time in my life where The Simpsons did not exist. And you gotta think, so many people are like that. 35 years is a long ass time, especially for a show. So that's kind of insane. All right, next up we have Storm Reid is not returning for Euphoria season 3. The third season of Euphoria is going for without one of its regular characters. Storm Reid, who played Gia Bennett, the younger sister of Zendaya's Rue, says she won't be returning to the series. It's set to begin production on season 3 in January, 3 years after the show's second season premiere on HBO. I talked about this it's probably been a while now from that last news wrap where I talked about this. But yeah, season 3 has been having a lot of problems going forward. It seemed that the writer, who is the main writer and main director and creator of the show, was having some issues when it came with the studio heads about what direction to take for season 3. Things kind of got worse as there was a passing of one of the main characters in the show, Angus Cloud. I think I'm saying his name right. He passed away, so that forced some changes. Also, which made things take even longer from rewrites. I think there was a point where the writer was cool with it and the studio was cool with it, but then the studio kind of flipped and wanted some changes, so that had to go back and get some stuff rewrote. And then, of course, with all this time it took, it actually made things a little worse because the cast actually started to gain a lot of popularity. But let's keep going. I'll talk about that a little later. So it was revealed in a red carpet interview at the Science Governors Ball where Reid told Rotten Tomatoes that she won't be returning to Euphoria. Unfortunately, Gaia is not returning for the third season, but I'm so indebted to the cast and crew of the show and to HBO. Euphoria is a really special thing, and sources confirm that she won't be a part of the third season. So yeah, kind of it's just going what I was talking about. Euphoria has been one of HBO's biggest shows of 2022. It was an Emmy-winning drama. Sam Levinson, that's his name. Yeah, has since gone through. God, what the hell? Why does it keep doing that? What the fuck? Gone through a number of delays. Lunas turns his attention to The Idol for HBO. I don't know about that one, which led to cooling of Livingston and Zendaya's once close relationship. Hmm. Yeah, because she was really close to like what was happening with the writing. Like he really went to her for a lot of the he gave her a lot of input as to the direction of her character. But yeah, like I mentioned, Angus Cloud passed away. Unfortunately, a lot of the stars of the show started to gain a lot of popularity. Of course, Zendaya has taken off since the show aired, being a part of the MCU, being part of the Dune film. Sydney Sweeney has also started to become a very in-demand actor as of right now. So, and I think at some point they even told the actors that they can go on and take jobs in between the time. Uh, when they were still working on season three, they allowed them to go out and take other jobs, as they weren't really sure when they could get cameras rolling. The HBO announced that production start date for season three in July, and network Casey Boys reiterated earlier this month that the show was on track for that date amid rumors fueled by Zendaya and other cast members committing to movie roles. That's what I mentioned before. It'll be delayed again, and on November 12th, we're having movie ahead with its 8 episodes. So Storm Reid not returning for Euphoria season three. So if anybody was a fan of Gia, unfortunately you saw the last of her in the season two ending. Also, something I literally threw on here just as I was gathering my, loading up my my articles here. It has been announced that Scott Pilgrim Takes Off season two is officially dead as Netflix declined to pick up the anime for another year, which sucks ass. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off won't be getting a second season. Creator Brian Lee O'Malley has confirmed any hopes it might return to pick up the last plot hooks left dangling at the end of the finale. O'Malley took to Twitter to confirm the news, writing to fans, "It's been 1 year since Scott Pilgrim Takes Off came out, and it was an honor to work with the cast and staff around the world. They're conducting a symphony orchestra every day from the moment um, Ben David Grabinski sparked the idea. The project felt like one kind of miracle," which is understandable because the anime ended up bringing a lot back from the original. It brought like the entire cast from the live action movie that bring it out. But yeah, no season two, which suck. O'Malley went on to apologize to fans of the characters Matthew Patel and Gideon Graves, who says will suffer most. So I'm guessing they did not appear in season one. They're meant to appear in season two. Matthew Patel and Gideon Graves, who was played by Jason Schwartzman. Asked about the possible physical release, we'll see if a Netflix period of exclusivity ends. As to what the apparent tease for season two was ultimately all about, he simply said, "This is a happily ever after." But he has been vocal about Scott Pilgrim Takes Off being meant for one season, self-contained. We love what we did. We put it all out there. We don't have any ideas lying on the floor, and we pretty much put them all in. But I never say never. But right now, it seems like it will take about 50 different miracles simultaneously for another season to happen, which I guess makes sense because it seemed like 50 miracles had to happen for this animated series to come out. Yeah. If y'all don't know, I love Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I haven't seen the anime because I ain't got my Netflix. Also, so many damn things I have to watch and I haven't. But yeah, this sucks because it seemed like the anime was pretty dope, and having the entire cast come back was a W move. But let's see this breaking news coming from Deadline over here before we finish up our TV section. Whenever it wants to load, you know. All right, Fox Entertainment and Hulu extend major streaming deal with Pact, worth note of $1.5 billion. Fox and Hulu are staying in business together. The two companies struck a new multi-year content partnership that includes in-season streaming rights for Fox's programming slate. The broadcast network and the Disney-owned streamer have also expanded their multi-platform marketing agreement in the deal. So Fox and Hulu are sticking together, and they renewed the deal, which is worth a lot more money. So y'all ain't got to worry about a bunch of Fox stuff being taken off Hulu in the time being, which makes sense, especially considering the fact that it's also Hulu. I mean, not Hulu, Disney Plus as well. But all right, that is it for our TV slate. Let's go ahead and jump into some video games. All right, I was gonna say, I was gonna say it's supposed to be short, but it's kind of lengthy. But 40 minutes. I mean, that might be about a regular length for a video. But all right, so Fortnite is increasing its Battle Pass price in December. On December 1st, the price of the Fortnite Battle Royale Battle Pass will increase from 1,000 V-Bucks from 950 V-Bucks. What the fuck are V-Bucks? I don't know. The real money cost of V-Bucks will stay the same. Players can still earn V-Bucks by progressing through the Battle Pass tiers. In addition, the price of the 25 Battle Pass Reward Bundle has been reduced from 1,850 to 1,800. Look at that, a $50 V-Buck decrease for all you Fortnite players on here. Making several changes to its crew subscription. Starting the Fortnite crew will include the Music Pass and Lego Pass and no additional cost, along with, but I have no idea what any of this shit means. Players who cancel their crew subscription could still claim platinum rewards from the Battle Pass until the end of their billing cycle, but not for the remainder of the Battle Pass duration. In other news, Fortnite's Juice World what? Juice World update goes live tomorrow. Also, the Air Jordan and Nike cosmetics are set to go live today. What the fuck? Oh my god, what is Fortnite nowadays? Like a concert with like Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Ice Spice or something. What is Fortnite? Fortnite is I don't even know. Fortnite is not even a game anymore. Fortnite is a fucking event. Fortnite is a damn way of life now. I swear. This is crazy. But yeah, so for Fortnite players, the price of the battle pass is going up. All right, next up, we got more. Oh, thank God I had that muted. I fucking hate these autoplay videos. Please tell me it's still muted. Okay, look at spot. Nope. Nope. Motherfucker. I hate that IGN auto video shit. All right. Star Wars Outlaws update brings much needed gameplay improvement. So Star Wars Outlaws got a huge update on some quality of life improvements. It removed an aspect of the gameplay, many gamers complained about Outlaws stealth elements, so Ubisoft decided to make it more forgiving. In missions where you previously could not alert the enemy, you can now go guns blazing. You won't fail the mission. Oh yeah, because one of the biggest things about the game was that it's stealth missions. If you got caught, you would fail the quest and you would have to go back to the start and do it all over again. But now it seems like they're getting rid of that. So now if you get caught, you could just enter a firefight. Which, as a person who sucks at stealth myself, that's typically how all of my stealth missions typically go. There's also some gunplay improvements and other things. So check out IGN.com for full patch notes. I'm not doing that. What else we got? CD Projekt Red isn't working on it. This is a whole different thing. Isn't working on a PS5 Pro update for Cyberpunk 2077. Cool. Uh, yeah, because they're focused on The Witcher 5. And they did say that the last updates for Cyberpunk were the ones they did, and that was it for it. And it has been announced that their whole team has now moved on to The Witcher. Don't expect the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth integrated upgrade like the Final Fantasy VII remake got. Where the focus on part 3 rather than DLC for the existing game. Cool. All right, so Star Wars Outlaws. You don't have to. You can just shoot up niggas, and you don't gotta worry about failing the quest before you get caught. Good for them. All right, and next up, Sony to buy Elden Ring developer FromSoftware. They're not buying FromSoftware; they're buying the owners of FromSoftware. I've seen this quite a bit. This is the first time I'm actually reading on it. So Reuters is reporting that Sony is in talks to buy uh, Kadokawa Corporation. That's a lot. The company that owns From Software, Spike Chunsoft, and many other Japanese businesses. If successful, it'll be a big move for Sony, gaining names as big as Elden Ring, Dark Souls, and Danganronpa. And it'll be a strike back against Microsoft's recent major purchase. It's just a smart move. It hasn't it just been revealed that they kind of got burned when they bought Bungie, as they're just learning that kind of Bungie ain't making no damn money. So it was actually might have been a bad move. Reuters is reporting that two sources familiar with the matter informed them that Sony is in talks to purchase Kadokawa, a company that is reported 1.7 billion in revenue in 2024. The news network adds the talks between the two sides are ongoing, and if successful, a deal could be signed in the coming weeks. Sources say. Yeah. So due to the large weight of businesses across manga, anime, tourism, video streaming, and some of the most significant games in Japanese games development. Spike Chunsoft, the developers behind Danganronpa Mystery Dungeon, and most recently Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, as well as Acquire, co-developers of Octopath Traveler, and intriguing developers of the just released Nintendo exclusive Mario and Luigi Brothership. It will also be capturing territory in the anime space with Doga Kobo Ingi Glossa. Okay, it's a bunch of Japanese words. Of course, the headline is From Software, responsible for Dark Souls, Armored Core, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring. It'd be a massive coup for Sony to own those names, and of course, raise massive questions on whether it will see one of the most popular games in the world become PlayStation exclusives. While Microsoft is making loud noise about porting its games to rival platforms, Sony has shown no signs of returning the favor, instead focusing on belated ports to PC alone. I'll disagree on that because I just found out fucking Death Stranding is on Xbox now. And I'm pretty. That was always meant to be a PlayStation exclusive, right? I don't think it's a timed exclusive, but either way, having a fucking 4 year timed exclusive is kind of wild. Of course, this will be a small fry. So we got an update. This was from yesterday. Since this was first reported, Katakawa has informed that it has received an initial letter of intent to acquire the company's share from Sony, but as that no decision has been made. If there was any fact that should be announced in the future, we'll make an announcement in a timely and appropriate manner. So, what are we thinking about Sony buying Katakawa and owning? I believe they already own like Bloodborne. They own like the name, which is why there hasn't been a Bloodborne remake or a sequel or anything. Um, but yeah, this will be a big move for them. It's kind of weird because, like I said, they got burned on that Bungie deal. As it's only just being realized that Bungie hasn't been making a lot of money. There's been a lot of staff cuts. The guy running the show ain't been doing the wisest things with his money when the company ain't making money. And then oh, and of course the entire I don't even remember what the fucking game was called now. What the heck is that game called? Concord. Of course, the entire Concord fiasco. Uh, it being sheltered. So Sony Games isn't in the best spot right now. So maybe this move is thought that it can help, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not a big From Software guy. So I'm very indifferent about this. All right, and for our very last story, this is the thing I really wanted to get to. Um, as I mentioned, we are in the midst of award season, and the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley's baby has just announced the nominees for the Game Awards this December. I have tried my damnedest to avoid seeing the nominees, who's been nominated, what has the most nominations, because I thought, hey, it'd be pretty cool if for my news drop, when I look over the nominees, what if I actually vote for who I would vote for the winners as I record it? So that's why I've been doing it. But unfortunately, I have had to dive a little bit into what's going on. To my understanding, there has been some discourse over it. um I was trying to find out what the discourse was. It's kind of a weird move. I was trying to find out what the discourse was without actually seeing the too many of the nominations, but I haven't been able to actually do that. So I'll talk about it a little later as we get there. But let's look at some of the categories for the Game Awards. I'm actually going to start voting. Actually, I was literally about to say I should look at the categories first because I want to get to Game of the Year last. And of course, for some goddamn reason, Game of the Year is the first one here. Okay, all right, sure, whatever. You have to sign in anyway. I don't think I have an account, so we might not be voting, at least not right now. All right, so here are our Game of the Year. We'll come back because I want to look at some of the other ones first. I want to build up to that. So let's see what I'm counting. Let's look at most anticipated first. Recognizing and announce the game that has. See, don't I do have one? Don't I? I just signed in with my fucking Google account. Hold on. I want y'all to see all my shit. All right. Yeah, I can just sign in with my Google account, and we can just do that. All right. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna vote on a couple of these right as I'm looking at them and listing them. We'll vote a few of these. I can't vote on too many because I ain't played too many, admittedly. All right. So most anticipated game, we've got Death Stranding 2 on the beach, Ghost of Yote, Grand Theft Auto. Why would they even put this on there? Of course, it's gonna win in a goddamn landslide. Grand Theft Auto 6, Metro Prime 4 Beyond, Monster Hunter Wilds, and that's it. Okay. Um, I can't lie. I kind of want to vote against the trend. I'm actually very much looking forward to Ghost of Yote, but we all know GTA 5 is G5. GTA 6 is winning, so why even waste my damn vote? we we know we know what's winning. We know who's gonna take that. All right, next category. What do we got? Content Creator of the Year. Don't care because I don't know anybody. Is that Queso? Where did they use this picture? Yo, I only know Queso from like reels and shit, but the guy actually seems to be genuinely funny. I pop in on the streams every so often, but I haven't actually like watched them, so I can't. I don't really can't really vote for that one because I don't really know anybody there. All right, let's move on to best adaptation. I wish I had a fucking forward button. Okay, you go previous. Oh, this is a show that's based off a game. Gotcha. Yakuza Like a Dragon, Arcane. I'm voting for Fallout because Fallout was great. Let's just say I didn't vote. Okay, good. Okay, let's go back. What else we got? Best multiplayer, sports racing, sim strategy, family fighting. What's in RPGs? Actually, I should have looked through it just so I can. You know, you're right. You're right. Um, we don't give a fuck about esports. I don't know any content creators. All right, best adaptations. Just look through. Let's do a. We'll just look through and see what they are. Best multi. We got Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer Space Marine 2. Some good ones. This is definitely on my list. I definitely want to play this. I played Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I want to play the single player so far. Haven't dived into multiplayer. So I can't, in my right mind, vote for anybody there. Sports racing, we got F124, FC25, 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, and WWE 2K24. I ain't played any of them. Sim Strategy, Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, uh, Kitsunigami, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overload. Unicorn Overload. I don't know any of these games. Best family game, we got Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. I've only played one of these. I'm Astrobot. Astrobot was actually very, very good. Best fighting game, Sparkling Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, Multiverses, and Tekken 8. I haven't played any of these. I'm voting for this just because I like versus Capcom. Best RPG. Let's see what we got. We got Dragon's Dogma 2, Shadow of the Erd Tree, which seems to be the source of some of the controversy around this. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantasia. I haven't played any of these. I played the demo. ReFantasia. That entitles me for it, right? Well, for metaphor. I actually did. I played the demo. I really like it, and I had a weird feeling because I hate that I played the demo because I like it and I want to play it and I want to play the whole thing now. But I already have fucking like Dragon Age. I ain't finished Cyberpunk yet. Um, I played through like Star Wars, Fallen Order. I have so many games that I have left on the table. Adding another 100-hour one is not the best move for me right now. Best action adventure game, Astrobot, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Echoes of Wisdom. Go ahead with Astrobot again. What we got? Best Action Game: Wukong, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer. Again, I only played one of these. I only played one. Best VR AR, we don't care. Best mobile game, honestly, again, don't care. Best debut indie game, Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. Hmm. The Plucky Squire looks really dope. I actually might be interested in that in somewhere along the line, but I haven't seen any of them. I haven't played any of them. I mean, but I will say, last year I seen Cocoon was up for best indie game, and it was free on Game Pass, and I played that, and I really liked it. Best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement: Animal Balat- Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Never, and UFO 50. That's that one game that has like 50 games on it or something, right? Yeah, I ain't playing any of this. Best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. I feel like it's Baldur's Gate. All right, what else we got? Best ongoing game. We got Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2. Um, I only play one of these, so I guess we so for Destiny. Even though I ain't played the final shit yet, I do want to get it again. It's just I got so many games on my plate right now. I do want to play it, even though Bungie's also having problems. I want to play it just so I can act as it closing the book on my journey with Destiny 2. Because I don't think I'm going to continue playing after I play that. Best games for Impact: Closer to Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Hellblade 2, Innovation and Accessibility, Black Ops, Call of Duty, what? Diablo 4, Dragon Age, Prince of Persia, Outlaws. Best performance. Okay, here we go. One or two individual for voiceover, acting, motion, and or capture. For so we got Brianna White for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Hannah Tale for Life is Strange Double Exposure, Humberly Gonzalez for Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts in Silent Hill 2, and Melina Jurgens for Hellblade 2. Fortunately, I can't vote because I've played none of these games. That's the audio design. We got Astrobot, Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy 7, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. Hmm. Best audio? Also, Astrobot. Astrobot soundtrack is pretty damn dope. Oh, speaking of that, Astrobot, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, Stellar Blade. For Metaphor, music actually plays a role within the game, which I think is a pretty dope turn. Best art direction, we got Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Metaphor, and Neva. And all my votes is gonna go to Astrobot because it's like the only game I actually played that's been nominated for anything. By the way, no Dragon Age so far. What's like the cutoff date for um games to be nominated? Because I know because so far it is the most recent game I've seen nominated for anything so far. Like it's only been out for like 3 weeks. What is this? Best narrative: Rebirth, like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Metaphor, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. Again, I've played none of these, so kid in my right game. Vote best game direction, creative vision, innovation in game direction: Astrobot, Bolaro, Black Myth, and Call, Final Fantasy 7, Shadow of the Earth Tree, and Metaphor. I do like the visuals and the art. Also like the world. Like I was reading like the like the codex planet. it had like a really nice carved out lived in world. Well, thank you, uh, McAfee. Thank you for that. All right, and we are finally at the big one. Game of the year. Astrobot Balara. Is that an indie game? Bala- Balatro. Black Myth Wukong. Shadow of the Erd Tree. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And Metaphor Fantasia. Now, this is where I kind of had some shit spoiled for me because it seems like a lot of the controversy and outcry is coming from the fact that um, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree is a DLC expansion and it's nominated for Game of the Year. So that seemed to have been like what the whole thing has been about. Blah, 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 blah. Clarification on nominee eligibility. Although previously the rules did not explicitly forbid DLC and expansions for nominations, some have assumed that DLCs wouldn't be in contention for these awards because, yes, they have not ever done any kind of DLC or expansion for any kind of nomination for anything in the past. Um, but it seems like they're saying the Game Awards expansion packs, new game seasons, DLCs, remakes, remasters are eligible in all categories if the jury deems the new creative and technical work to be worthy of a nomination. So, yeah, and like I've seen, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree definitely puts a lot more into the game, especially for an expansion of a DLC. It's like a standalone game in and of itself, almost. Oops, I'm sorry. A previous version of the story incorrect is just that voters for the Game Awards might not have been aware of this rule. Okay, whatever. All right. They thought it would be in best ongoing game. The place that pairing games for exceptional DLC and expansions tend to get nominated. True, because last year, Cyberpunk 2077 got, I think it won too. It got nominated, and I think it won best ongoing game. And it seemed like that was in the category for that because of the Phantom Liberty expansion and the patches and updates it got. Now it can end up anywhere. As for the DLC itself, we loved it. So I understand. I do get it because they never done this before, and it's the first time they get it. Especially in a year that's been kind of light on releases, which is understandable because 2023 was a massive year. That was a huge year. So of course things are a little lighter this year. And 2025 is looking to gear up to be a pretty stacked year as well. So it's very interesting that it was here. But I've heard nothing but stellar things about Shadow of the Erd Tree. I heard that it feels like it's a whole new game in and of itself almost. All right. But clearly, as previously stated, I've only played one game on this list, and that's the Astrobot. So that's my game of the year. Interested to see what gets nominated. Black Myth Wukong, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised about that. Had a lot of hype, but then when it came out, it was popular, but it seemed like it wasn't like a game changer. So yeah, that is it for our news stories for today. This is already like an hour and 7 minutes. Um, you know what? This one is lengthy enough. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a trailer talk, and I'm just gonna talk about. We'll watch and talk about the trailers because it's a lot. I got a lot of trailers lined up. You know what? Fuck it. We'll keep going, even though it's kind of late and your boy's a little hungry. All right. Let's see. That's right. I went there and then I went back, didn't I? Is it still up here? Nope. All right. What do I get in here for my trailers? Oh yeah, Minecraft just had a trailer. So yeah, so I forgot to do this. So that is it for our news stories here. So for my audio listeners, if you don't want to just listen to trailers this whole time, feel free to exit on out of here. Thank you all so much for listening. I very much do appreciate it. What do you guys think of the Game of the Year awards now? What do you guys think about the whole controversy of Shadow of the Erd Tree being nominated for Game of the Year? I'm interested to see kind of what the blowback of that is. And I'm not gonna lie, there's probably a damn good chance it wins. Like no lie, there's probably a damn good chance Shadow of the Era Tree wins Game of the Year, which is kind of going to be, which is going to be a little odd, which might make the outcry that much more louder. But we'll see. You know what? I am going to do that. I am going to end it right here. I'm going to do a trailer talk where we try to talk about all the trailers I got right here, right now, because like I said, I do have a lot of trailers. There's a lot of shit to watch. Hold on. I say that as I press play on my trailer anyway. You know, fuck it. We'll go. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We turn the sound back on.
I am Steve. As a child, I yearned for the mines, but something always got in the way.
Go on! Get out of here!
But the call of the
Mojang.
mines was too strong. So one day, I started digging and digging until I found
Tesseract.
this. A wonderland where anything you can imagine is possible. As long as what you imagine can be built out of blocks.
Atta boy!
Where are we?
Wait, who are you again?
Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison. Gamer of the Year 1989. Whatever. I barely think about it.
Welcome to the overworld. Anything you can dream about here, you can make.
This place makes no sense.
Don't I know it?
There are dark forces who want to destroy this world. If we want to stop them, we're gonna need to create something amazing. Let's go to the stash.
This is our decision. Nothing we can do. We've got the vision. Now let's have some fun.
I don't know. I don't have. I've never played Minecraft. Never got into it. Never got the hype.
Wherever you throw it.
Yeah, right.
And that was the only one I had. No biggie. Oh yeah, there's one more thing you need to know.
Great. Now it's dark. Did that feel quick to anyone else?
All right, Minecraft movie. So for anybody still playing Minecraft, this is for you. All right, the children yearn for the mines. It makes sense now. All right, I mean, I don't have anything against Minecraft. I never got into it. But there you go. But is this a trailer? That's the first look. All right, so another trailer we had on the list, Secret Level. This is the video game anthology series that's coming to Amazon.
Who did those things? That's still me. Now that's who I fight. Every hour of every day. I don't always win.
How much would you risk? How hard would you fight? How many lives would you give? Just to discover what you're capable of.
Every moment leads to the next. Every cause.
What was that? That's Mortal Kombat?
And every effect.
Real Tournament. Just watch this PlayStation, Pac-Man, Armored Core, Mega Man. Concord was still happening, huh?
That's impossible. Doesn't matter what I made you for. This is what you are meant for. Conquest awaits. I can hold them back on my own.
But you're not on your own. All that danger, all those moments, beauty, and even all those painful deaths. It's a new adventure. Just for you.
This still looks really dope. It's my favorite game is Concord. So yeah, so the Concord, Pac-Man, Warhammer. I think there's a God of War episode. So a lot of good stuff coming on there. So we also have the trailer for How to Train Your Dragon, the live action thing. I like to watch the damn trailer from like the official channel as opposed to these third streamers who just bootleg shit.
When you carry this axe,
Is that Nick Offerman? Oh no.
you carry all of us with you.
Dad, I can't kill dragons.
But you will.
I'm a Viking. I'm a Viking!
Bro, why does he look just like the kid in the movie?
It's okay. I won't hurt you.
This looks really good. I am so late to this because Disney is doing all the goddamn Disney is doing all the goddamn live action versions of animated movies. I thought this was Disney going into this. It's just dawned on me like, no, this is Universal. This is DreamWorks doing the live action stuff. I think this is the first time they're doing this. So now it's transitioning into other animated properties and shows. That's crazy. All right, what else did I have on the list here? We looked at that. Uh, actually, what is this? What's the amateur? When did this come out? Grammy. All right, so which one of them is dying? The woman or well, it's not Remy Malek. Never mind. Oh shit, it's the no Russian level in Call of Duty. Lawrence Fishburne. John Bernthal? Oh shit. I don't see how to pause it. Why the fuck would you even have this? What? What kind of? Got so much fucking money. I don't even know what to do with it. Kind of shit is this? This motherfucker has a glass pool bridge between two fucking buildings. What kind of shit is this? What the fuck? You are just asking for shit like this to happen if you got this. What the fuck? Amateur. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That looks pretty interesting. Mostly because it subverted my expectations. I thought this was gonna be, you know, a regular ass kind of action thriller thing where, once he went in there, it was like, I want to kill the people who killed my wife. I thought it was actually gonna be just like that. They were gonna train the guy and then he was gonna go out and into the field and shit and act his revenge. I like the whole spin on like, well, they don't, but he just uses the things he's actually good at to accomplish his goal as opposed to it just being like a your run-of-the-mill revenge flick with just a guy who's just learning how to be a soldier and shit. But no, I like that. That's pretty interesting. All right, anything else down here I'm interested in and want to watch? Oh, no, really. All right, 0 day. There's too much 0 day shit out here. Oh, was that not a trailer? Was that just like a story? My bad. I told you I just see shit, and I was like, oh, okay, that is shit. It's like I just thought it was like, oh, it's a Robert De Niro thing, a Robert De Niro show. By the way, it's a show. It's like the first time Robert De Niro has led a show. Okay, there's no trailer for it. Okay, cool. Uh, whoops, I didn't mean to press that again. This was announced. Remember, this was announced at D23 Dream Productions, the animated spin-off series of Inside Out. I just realized I had the audio off.
From the world of Inside Out.
I'm Joy. Welcome to headquarters. This is where Riley's emotions work, including myself. This is disgust. Oh, anger. Don't forget to sign that release.
I'll get to it. Before we met Riley's new emotions.
There's a lot of memories that need some extra processing, and we send those to Dream Productions.
There were the Dream Makers.
Please, come on in. I've been directing dreams in Riley's mind for, 10 years now?
Since Riley was about 2.
Wow.
Riley is on the couch with Nana's quilt.
Places now!
Riley's falling asleep.
Cue music!
All right, everyone. Riley's asleep.
And action.
Available December 11th.
Zach is Riley's comedy director. Shane can make anything thrilling, and our nightmare director, Gigi, is terrifying.
Yes, my name is Zenny, spelled as you'd imagine, Xeni. I'm a professional daydream maker. Oh, the wind is your music.
Sorry, but we have an
what are you
actual
doing? Stop.
dream to make.
Exclusively on Disney Plus.
We need more hits. Okay, crew, let's get to work.
Would you ask me to the dance, Riley?
Dream team! Yeah, shake it!
Stop being horrible. The magic is starting.
Disney and Pixar's Dream Productions, a 4-episode limited series, available December 11th.
If tonight's dream isn't the most artful dream Riley has ever had, you will be demoted to brain farts.
That was the chair.
Only on Disney Plus.
Am I real? I find it funny how the auteur director is like daydreams. That's funny. Also, I realized that my audio is off, so we might not have gotten any audio from the amateur trailer, but that's my bad. All right, any other trailer I had? Oh yeah, right. We got that Alien series.
In 2120, Mother Earth is expecting.
Oh, is that it? A little teaser trailer. Summer 2025. Is Aliens back? Maybe. Alien Romulus team that did pretty well. All right. Oh, look, here it is right there. Boom. Coming in 2025. Disney Plus.
I got something coming up. Something kind of big.
It just feels like the one.
Let's make it worth it.
Excellent. Sometimes your work family is closer to you than your family family.
This could be a real adventure.
I don't know about that.
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
I found the president lying next to his bed.
Did you kill him?
I have one rule. Stay out of the basement.
This ship collected specimens on faraway moon. Monsters.
I want to build something iconic.
How far are you willing to go? Get what you want.
By the look of it, you've come up in the world. I wonder if your darker half would agree.
What's up? It's Russ Holiday, former quarterback. But I'm not done with football.
You get to decide who you are.
My name's Chad Powers.
Your family was fostering a little girl.
We're supposed to be on the same team.
True that we are on the same team.
She's not who she says she is. Is there no one who can help us? We need a pilot.
You're thinking like a thief.
I'm thinking like a soldier.
Think like a leader.
Something big is about to happen. Let's bring them home.
All of this world, everything's changed.
Well, I'm excited about. I look over there like the camera was over. Camera was over there. Nice. So Disney Plus has a pretty big 2025 lined up. Did I watch this? I watched that. Did I watch it on the? I did. Did I watch this one? I don't think I did. Ah, nice. This was one that I was looking at. That's pretty cool. We got Daredevil and/or season 2, which is like one of the rare only things Disney Star Wars is like doing well. Yeah, nice little 2025 lined up for Disney. We got here the studio, Apple TV. This is that Seth Rogen's new show.
You know, I got into this because, you know, I love movies. But now I have this fear that my job is to ruin them.
The job is a meat grinder.
Sing, 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 sing. Everybody start to sing.
The Continental, we don't make artsy films.
Hey, Brian Cranston.
We make
Zoe Kravitz.
Movies.
Paul
Being
Dano.
head of Continental is the only job I've ever wanted. It's just so much harder than I thought it was going to be.
You're talentless, spineless.
What is wrong with you? No one likes you.
Get the fuck out of
I'm
here.
here to save your career. Help me help you win.
Damn, Zac Efron, fucking Anthony Mackie. What am I blanking on her name? Charlize Theron. There we go. All right, so I guess he's like a studio guy, an episode producer guy of the show. Cool. All right, I think that wraps it up for our trailer session. Not as many as I thought it was. Yeah, I think that wraps it up for our trailer section. So that is it. That is yet another episode of Geek Visions, Geek Entertainment news drop. Thank you all so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. I'm sorry my dumbass forgot about the audio for the trailers during the amateur. It looks pretty good though. Yeah, so that's it for another episode of News Drop. Let me know if you learned something, if I retold you something new to interesting things. Are you guys excited about Christopher Nolan's brand new movie? What about Red One? Did you go see it? What did you think about it? If you saw it, what about on the TV front? Are you sad that Storm Reid isn't coming back for Euphoria season 3? I don't know. And then, of course, the Video Game Awards. What do you think about the nominations? All that good stuff there. Hold on, let me get going over here. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about some of the news stories we talked about here today. Are you sad that Milhouse's voice actress is retiring? Are you sad that Scott Pilgrim didn't get picked up? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you feel so inclined, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. Check out some of the other stuff they got on the channel too. I got some video game walkthroughs going on. I spent like an entire month doing Dragon Age stuff, so I want to do some more less video gamey videos. I was supposed to have a video about like TV shows. I'm pissed. I'm still pissed it got canceled, but I looked over the footage and the entire thing was out of focus. So I got to reshoot it now. So there you go. So we'll have that up pretty soon. I gotta shop around some ideas for a more movie focused episode after that. So yeah, I want to get into, we had a whole month of Dragon Age stuff, so a whole month dedicated to video game stuff. So I'm trying to I gotta think of some more TV and movie centric stuff to do before the end of the year. But you got Thanksgiving coming up pretty soon, then pretty soon after that, Christmas. So I had some time as I get some little holiday breaks in there as well. But thank you all so much for watching. Y'all already know I very much appreciate it. So until next time, everybody, always remember to stay watching, to stay playing, and to stay awesome. But most importantly, to stay safe out there. Until next time, everybody, I'll see you all later. Goodbye.